All right, gang, grab a shovel. You gotta help Coach dig this rabbit hole and figure out what the hell's going on here. So we're going back to Andre the Seal, right? So Tina plays a character named Tony, and this is Tony Whitney is the character, right? So makes Coach think of Andrew Tony. He went to school in 76, played for the 76ers. We like that. He's got Birmingham. Coach is high on Birmingham. Right now we think Birmingham City's winning the FA Cup. Let's see. We like that he's tied to Chuck Daly and Tony Rizzo. And so Tony Whitney, right, is how we got there. So that makes Coach think of Eli Whitney, right? I don't know what the cotton gin stuff's about, but makes Coach think of the Book of Eli. And we've got Denzel right there, so that makes us feel good because we've got Denzel Ward as our Brownies quarterback. We've got Shedeur Sanders, who is Deion Sanders' kid. Deion Sanders is played by Denzel Washington, if you did not know. Now, Book of Eli, Jennifer Beals, that makes Coach think of Bradley Beal, who's a Clipper. Let's see, the Hughes brothers, it makes Coach think of Hugh Jackson, Browns coach. Bodyguard, that makes Coach think of the Guardians. So she's 62 in the year 2026, makes us think we're hot. Alexander Roxwell definitely makes us think we're hot. When Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just won the NBA Finals, Jalen Alexander Hurts won the Super Bowl. We just saw Sean Alexander's team win the Super Bowl. You think that's a good one, right? So there's that. And then... So check this out. So she's in the Book of Eli, but also in the Book of Boba Fett because, of course, why wouldn't she be? It's just a coincidence, right? So the Book of Eli, the Book of Boba Fett is in Roger Dodger. The Dodgers just happened to win the World Series. Okay. Now, let's see. Generation Q. Denzel was in John Q. So I don't know what that Q is about, but keep an eye out for Qs. Q, I'm almost positive, is the name of the actor in the movie Juice. Is that right there? Okay. 92, dude. 26 flip. Ernest Dickerson. Eric Dickerson's just got his shit chased, right? Oh, man. Dennis Erickson's team just won the Super Bowl. More Epps, Tupac, Jermaine Hopkins. I wonder what the hell's his name? You know who I'm thinking of, the receiver. Hopkins. DeAndre here. Andre the Seal. Wow, it didn't take long to get there, right? Coach is crazy. June 6, 92. You like that? 26 flip and 6'6". D-Hop and Nuck. All right, dude. Chill out. I guess I don't have to screenshot this because I'm recording right now. Coach is like retarded. I'm like thinking I'm going to have to show you this later. Nope, we're doing this together. Okay. So that makes more sense. Okay, sorry. This is like, what is it, 8:45 a.m. Coach is going to pour some coffee while we're doing this. I don't care. You're going to have to hear it. Okay, so his father died in a car accident. He's got a sob story. Sabrina Carpenter's everywhere, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That's Melissa Joan Hart. Kevin Hart, big for our Sixers. He's in Toronto right now. So what else we got? Terry Smith. We just had a basketball player, Jason Terry. We had him pop up. All right, Coach got his coffee. Slave revolt, huh? Sure, that definitely happened. Throwing up the devil horn so you know to trust that. Okay. Khalil Kane. Khalil Mack. The Mack. McDonald just won the Super Bowl. What's going on with this guy? His DPOY. 662. That's a 26. So, boy, is he going to retire or something? Are we going to get him? I could see him on the Browns or the Lions. He'd probably help the Lions. He's kind of a weird one. We need to see him make a move. I think he's going to make more sense down the line. McGraw, that comes up a lot. Ladarius, that definitely makes Coach think we're onto something there with the Darius Miles and Darius Garland shit. There's something going on with this cat. I just don't think he's ended up where we want him yet. I think he's about to to switch teams. So he wears 52, so the 2020 after the 2025 season could be a good time to switch. You would think he would have done it last year. But, I mean, he's just spent the last 4 years with the Chargers. Is he really going to re-sign? Come on. So, yeah, I think he's going to end up... He's either retiring or he's going to the Browns or the Lions. That's coach's take there. Let's see. Music by Hank Shockley and the Bomb Squad. Didn't we just see something on Khalil? I gotta go back to Khalil Mack now, damn it. I'm gonna be so mad if I don't see anything. But I could have sworn there was something weird there. Bombshell Man. Coach loves how on point he is. He's not gonna fucking flub that shit. Bombshell Man. What the fuck is that? It's not even a good nickname. Just happened to go in with Hank Shockley and the Bomb Squad. Not a fucking great band name either. Hank Shockley. That's not great. Yep, Quincy Q. Powell, Norman Powell. Isn't on the Sixers. It's a big reason people think... Or, I'm sorry, isn't on the Celtics. It's a big reason... Oh, fuck! I guess I was actually right with that one because the Clippers are the Celtics. But, Norman Powell's with the Clippers. He was basically their main scorer off the bench when Kawhi's sitting, and now he's not there. So people are using that as a reason to be down on the Clippers. I fucking love that Joel Embiid was literally written off for dead. Like, just completely washed... Can't do shit. Somehow, everybody now knows, like, no, Embiid's good. That's not the problem. But you know what? Man, they traded McCain. I don't think they're going to be able to recover from losing the guy that wasn't fucking playing. Like, what world do we live in? This shit is making me so mad right now. I swear to God, when the Sixers win the finals, coach is going to be raging because they're pulling this shit on his favorite team. Right? It's like how mad he was with when the Eagles beat the Patriots and coach was saying it the whole way. It's going to be just like that. I promise you. Like, but even crazier because instead of Foles in my back pocket, I got Carmelo Anthony. He's not even on the fucking team. Right? So, yeah, that's going to be great. And then Bishop. I want to say Bishop was the name of the football player, the quarterback of the Wayans in that him movie that just came out with Peele. What the fuck shoots Quiles? Who the fuck is named Quiles? I'm glad he's dead. I'll be straight with you. Why the fuck would I care if Quiles... So, like, Q killed Quiles? Yep. Q killed Quiles, y'all. Why wouldn't that happen? There's so many niggas named Q running around shooting each other. I mean, it's just life. I've met at least 5 people named Q. For sure, that's totally happened. Let's see. Oh, dude, we got our Gore and Garland next to each other. You really think Coach is crazy? What are the odds on that one? Gore and Garland right next to each other. Shit isn't even alphabetical order. The fuck is that? Gore and Garland. OJ, Orange Juice Jones. You don't think this is OJ Simpson? You don't think this is O.J. Simpson? What's this hit song? I stabbed my wife to death and she's white? He's got no songs in 92, huh? That's weird. Shaniqua popping that fly. I have no idea who this is. Absolutely no clue. But Orange Juice Jones. Looks more like other people than OJ. Like, it looks like Lionel Richie to me. The Rain. Check this out real quick. Coach has good Russell Simmons, Coach told you they did a Russell Simmons joke with the Super Bowl. Donald Glover. Hold on, there had to be a joke there. That had to be what it was. Hold on. Glover played Raz P. Berry. That makes Coach think of Razkaz. Singing The Night I Watched You. Instead of ending with the usual string of threats and revenge, the whole song turns out to be a disastrous case of mistaken identity. And we're trying to figure out if OJ is Orange Jones. I'm going to say yes. We didn't get anything heavy there, but it just seems so obvious. That's got to be what they're doing. Now, there's a Donald there. Donald Faison. Oh, that's the dude from Scrubs. Okay. I'm not seeing a lot with him. So remember the Titans, that gives us Denzel, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, or do personal and then leave it alone. His wife's name is ASCII? Okay. That's a definitely real name. The Quest, there's a Q. Let's Kill Ward's Wife. We're just talking about OJ and Denzel Ward. All right. I'm going to say that's a hit. I'm not trying to do too much fish because I already have a bunch of stuff to show you. But Tom Bradford, that's fucking weird, dude. Like, we just had Bradford win the Super Bowl and they beat Sam Bradford's team. Okay, let's hit back to our shit. Right, so this was Beals. Right, so Beals was in Roger Dodger. I don't think there's anything like too mind-blowing with the Roger Dodger stuff, to be honest with you. We can just skip. So, Book of Boba Fett, we obviously thought was hilarious because she's also in the Book of Eli. Jordan Bolger. Steven Thundercat, right? So the Thunder just won the finals, right? So let's look at Steven Thundercat. Appears with Kendrick Lamar, of course, just did the Super Bowl halftime show before Big Bunny did. So he's tied to Rick James, Ford Mustangs, Gladys Knight, right? That's like Bob Knight. Marcus Miller, right? If you remember, Reggie Miller's team was just in the finals. Oliver Miller died. I've had a bunch since, but those are still the biggest. Childish Gambino, that gives us Donald Glover again. See, Mac Miller, right? So they just had to give us another Miller for some reason. McDonald just won the Super Bowl, like I said. Oh, so Coach was thinking about this Blues Traveler dude. And I'm like, man, this dude really goes hard at the fucking harmonica. And I can only think of one dude ever who goes hard on the harmonica. Am I crazy, or is it literally just Bob Dylan and this guy hitting the harmonica like that? Right? And then Coach thought, I was like, Blues Traveler? Well, Dylan's band was the Traveling Wilburys. So I'm going to say it's tough to make this call, but I'm saying the Blues Traveler vocalist is Bob Dylan. That's what makes sense to me. John Popper's obviously a fake name. He's from Cleveland, oddly enough. All right, we're not going to spend too much time with him. Wilson's keep popping up. We had Russell Wilson's team just won the Super Bowl. So Coach likes this Key and Peele sketch. Let me get the volume going.
Ducklings. Equine Ducklings. Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis.
Da Historias, La Mystorious, Utah State University.
Ewaconiad Sigornith Junior Steam, Oklahoma State University.
Exquisite Team Buble Schwinslow, University of Nebraska.
Hukalakanaka, Hakanaka Hika Huka Huka Hakafaka, University of Hawaii.
King Prince Chambermaid, Baylor University.
Ladenifer Jadaniston, University of Colorado.
La da 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 la da 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 da, da la da da la da la da da da, University of Arizona.
Harvard University. DeVry University.
Army, Navy Surplus Store.
So, yeah. Coach thinks that's pretty obvious disclosure that all of the NFL players are fake. Those introductions were like so spot on. They always got the most ridiculous names, most ridiculous personalities, right? So Coach was thinking, so what makes all of our documents into law? Well, the process of ratification. Coach thinks rats are the dominant species among us. They shapeshift into witches, seems to be what they're showing us. So very weird ratification. Coach just flamed a troll here. Nope, find someone else. Go fetch, bitch. Go find my foot up your ass. How many championships you got? I had 3 in football alone last year. Go find subs. You only have 4. So don't come talking shit with your very first comment. Coach isn't going to have it. You've done absolutely nothing to help us. Why would I give a fuck what you think? Norm Allen Van Leer III. Also, yeah, that Patriots team that lost Super Bowl, I had them in the Super Bowl. Did you? So there's that. Norm Allen Van Leer III, February 26th, right? We're in the year 2026. Norm from Cheers fucking died. Norm in Oklahoma is rocking with the Oklahoma City Thunder, winning their finals. And this dude is... oh, wait, no, never mind. Sorry, he's already dead. So, let's see. He's from Ohio. He has the 26th there. Not loving the teams, to be honest. But we do like these in All-Star in 76. That makes sense for us. Longest active streak, scoring 20-plus points. There's only 4 people in the fucking league doing it. Kawhi and Joel Embiid. And then the other 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, when Coach is telling you. Alexander's a big joke right now. Like, they need Alexanders to keep doing good. And Anthony Edwards, and we've got... Tom Edward Brady winning the Super Bowl and Carmelo Anthony coming to help the Sixers. So, Coach, did I skip some shit? Damn, I skipped some shit. How did I miss those? Damn, that's annoying. Hold on. So, Coach was looking at Half-Life because he heard the I've never played this game. But I heard the main character's name was Gordon Freeman. And Coach has been crazy about Gordon ever since he started the channel. He's got Josh Gordon coming to help the Brownies this year out of retirement, right? So Gordon, so Coach started going down the rabbit hole. Well, it talked about a combine, right? That makes, of course, the NFL combine. What do you know? Fictional, multi-dimensional alien empire. Right, so that sounds a lot like what Coach thinks we're dealing with here. So I think we're hot. There's Alex Vance, that's like Alexander. Let's see. Dr. Eli Vance, right? That gives us our Book of Eli. Vance. I swear that's in my brain too. There's a big movie where there's a character with the last name Vance. I can't think. But anyway, Moses Black, dude, I missed that. We've got Moses Malone's team doing it. That's fucking hard. And then, of course, James, like James Harden, LeBron James, blah, blah. So what else we got? Quarantine zone. I mean, of course, we just had the big quarantine a few years back. Tony Todd. We've got Todd. That's combining Todd Monken and like Andrew Toney, et cetera, right? So that's good for us, right? We got the Andre the Seal girl, who's Tony, and the Browns coach Todd Monken. Transhuman soldiers. Coach told you that the trans stuff was a smoke screen, and there's some sort of alternate species or something. This is what makes the most sense of anything we've seen so far. Transhuman. That's what they're bragging about being. They're not human anymore. It's not that they're going from male to female or something. Coach thinks a lot of the gender flip stuff is to distract you and make you... Like, these people look so fucking weird. You're literally going to chalk it up to, oh, it's because it's a dude that's dressed like a girl. No, it's some sort of fucking alien, dude. You serious? Look at these fucking freaks. So Bruce Willis, Walter Bruce Willis. Let's see here. So John McClane. Right, that's how we got there. So last Boy Scout, that caught Coach's attention because, you know, we had the Boy Scout scandal, right, a while back. And, you know, directed by Tony Scott. We like that. Joel Silver, right, Adam Silver, NBA commissioner. Joel Embiid. Guy we got one in the finals. Damon Wayans just had a big football movie. Halle Berry, Coach has getting injured on the set. Harris, right? Danielle Harris. Harris owns the Sixers. We had to get rid of the cursed Tobias Harris to compete. Ward Russell. So that right there makes me think, oh, you know what? Browns are probably getting Russell Wilson as their backup. Why wouldn't they have some stupid QB controversy for Shador? They're the fucking Browns after all, right? You finally find a good one. Just make it harder than it needs to be, and bring in some fucking bum. And coaches thinks the big clue is like, why was he just with Jameis Winston? Right, Jameis Winston, who now everybody associates with the Browns, who came from the Buccaneers, which, what do you know? That's where Baker Mayfield is, right? And he gets to go against Kevin Stefanski twice a year now. We like this dude went to Kansas. If Coach hasn't told you, he actually thinks Kansas is going to win the finals. The more I looked into it, like, it just jogged my memory from the stuff we liked about them last year. But like we didn't like them to do anything last year, but last year we were like, hey, watch out for them next year. Now it's next year, and I'm like, oh yeah, no fucking shit, this team is hot, right? They won 1952, first of all, if you don't like that in the 2025 season. So Jayhawks, hey, who just won the Super Bowl is Seahawks, right? So there's reasons to like Kansas, for sure. Beverly Hills Cop, we just got here from Beverly Todd. Days of Thunder, Thunder just won the finals, right? So Days of Thunder, we've got Duval and a Quaid, so we got another Q. Okay. Ned Jarrett, we had Jarrett Stidham make his first career start in the AFC Championship instead of Peyton Manning, for some ungodly reason. Gentleman Ned Jarrett. So, father of former drivers, Dale Jarrett, of course, Dale Earnhardt, but Coach is thinking like Kelvin Dale Sampson. We're getting here from Whitney, Houston. Houston was pretty good with the finals. I think I'm going Kansas versus Houston final in college basketball. That sounds right to me. Could be way the fuck off. Who knows? Right? Not feeling amazing about it. But that's just kind of where the leaves are pointing for Coach. This dude is interesting. Holy shit, right? So this dude is alive. Okay, this dude is alive. Was born in 32. Somehow survived the flip from 32 to 23. So that got Coach's attention right away. Okay, and then there was another one. So 352 race, so they got Palindrome. You still know it's fake numbers. What are they doing with this dude? So drove his first race in 52, right? Flip a 25. How the fuck did he survive that one too? Coach has an idea, right? We're getting pretty close to the last chance. You only got a decade in this timeline here. We're at 52, right? So something's got to happen 10 years from here. What happens in 62? Change to Fords. We've got Ford Fields, Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl. Coach says for NASCAR, we're literally just looking at Ford drivers. Let's check this out. These are like old. We don't want this. I don't know how any of this works. That's one Ford. Is this right? Jesus. Get out of here. Okay, this looks right. Austin Cindric, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney. So we're definitely right because he was... Oh, is he 12 or 72? That looks like a 12 to me. If he's rocking 12 for Tom, that moves him way up because he's from Ohio too. I mean, Jake Garcia, the Niners won the Super Bowl. They had Jeff Garcia. He was an Eagle before. Niners hosted the Super Bowl. Eagles won the Super Bowl before, and they had Jeff Garcia on their team. Josh Berry, it's like Andrew Berry. Joey Logano, Frankie Muniz. We've got him winning NASCAR. I didn't realize he was Ford. That's good. Lane Riggs. So it's not going to be Gibbs or Bush then, probably. But what does Alex Bowman do? What's he driving? Chevy. Hey, we like that a Ford just won. Blaney came in third there. Wonder what these current standings are. You know, my app's been not working great, so this probably won't work, but let's give it a shot. Oh my God, come on. All right, we're going to bail on that. We're going to circle back. Okay. What was that? Irvin. Who's this Irvin? John Carl Irvin, right? We got Julius Irvin's team winning. So Bowman Gray Stadium, they gave us, that was one of the tracks of the early era. So we got Alexander Showman Bowman, coach was telling you about. Yeah, so he drives a 48 Chevy. 48 though, I mean, it's like what Tom's age is. I'm still Alexander. I mean, it's tough to go against this guy, but he needs to drive a Ford. Like I'm just about that. Unless they're saving it for next year. But one of these next 2 years, I'm positive Ford is going to win. You know, he's got a 25 birthday. This is probably the 25 season. I don't know exactly how NASCAR works. If it's all in the same year. I thought it was interesting we go to Morgan Freeman, right, because of Gordon Freeman. And Morgan, you know, Tracy Morgan is playing the Philadelphia mayor. I meant to grab a screenshot for you in case you haven't seen Coach show you that, but it's pretty obvious. He's not the only one that says it. Morgan Freeman. Yeah, so poll by Empire. He looks way different there. They replaced this dude for sure. Married in 67, divorced in 79. That's a 67 flip because you flip the 9 upside down, then flip the 6 and the 7. So they did a little joke there. Julius Caesar gives us Julius Irving. Glory with Denzel. That's Coach's recording stops, so he's got to do some editing now. So you'll see, where was it? Richard Wesley. So he played Richard Wesley, and of course we had Wesley Welker's team just playing the Super Bowl, and they played his other team to get there, the Broncos in the AFC Championship. Let's see. So he was in Indiana in his childhood, right? We've got 3 Indiana teams who just popped up in the championship. His dad was born July 6th. That's 76 for us. And then, you know, he did the 67 flip twice with his marriage. So he resides in Mississippi in the movie Andre, which brought us here. She's forced to spell Mississippi. She can't do it. She says, "Who cares, Mom? I live in Maine." The joke there is the movie was filmed in Mississippi. So there you go. And let's see. So he's been accused of women of doing the bad thing. Coach thinks he's going to get canceled. Right, so Beverly Todd co-starred with him in Lean on Me in The Bucket List. Okay, so let's look at Beverly Todd, right? Like Todd Monken, right? Patrick Beverly, Sixer as well. Or, I'm sorry, Celtic, right? Or God damn it, Clippers. Once again, Celtics are the Clippers. That's where Coach keeps getting messed up there. And the Sixers are going to face the Clippers. That's where I'm getting mixed up. I know which teams are which. Coach just really struggling right now for some reason. Okay, so she's 79. That's a 76 flip. She might be going down. I mean, that's pretty old. Let's see. She's on the Red Fox show. We love that because Red Fox, Jamie Foxx, Willie Beeman, Shador Sanders. All right, so what else we got? I thought there was another one. Maybe not. So there's a Lincoln, Lincoln Financial Field. They just won. Lena Baker story. Oh, yeah. So this movie she was in with Morgan Freeman, directed by Rob Reiner, who just died, right? So that seems like a huge clue. So Baby Boom, we've got Boom and Bomb. So Coach's like, what the hell's going on with that? Why don't you check this out? Right, so Bruce A. Block, they made Coach think of Mookie Blaylock, right, who keeps coming up, but might be unrelated. It might be too big of a stretch. But we've got Annie Golden, so we definitely think we're onto something with Todd Golden's team being defending champs in college basketball. It had a 76 in its budget at the end there. Not its budget, but what its return, box office. Hold on. But dude, check this out. November 2025, literally like 3 months ago. Michael Showalter, like Alexander Show and Bowman, announced to direct a remake. They're doing a remake of Baby Boom from 1987, right? 49 years old. Wait, no, not quite. 39, right? Yeah, so 39 years old. It's happened to remake it, right, when we're fucking onto it. Isn't that a little weird? Obviously, we've never heard of that, I'm sure. So let's see. So here's Bruce A. Block. He gives us... I mean, there's a Quincy, so it's a Q. But we like... Where is it? I'm tripping here. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, so there's something to do with Mildred, right? So she plays Mildred in a movie. Yep, right there at the top. That's it. That's what I want to show you. She plays someone named Mildred. And, Norm McDonald died. Norm in Oklahoma wins the NBA Finals. We've got all sorts of Norm stuff. That dog's literally scratching again when I just let him out. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Come on. All right. So, sorry, it's annoying as shit. So, yeah, Mildred, right? That made Coach think of Dirty Work because there's that scene where he's like, hey, Mildred. And she's like, my name's not Mildred, it's Kathy. And he's like, I just guessed, right? So I didn't forget. I just, you never told me, so I guessed, right? So Kathy, played by Traylor Howard. Remember, Howard was one of our biggest names last year. So Traylor, right? Juicy Fruit. Now, this is a weird, like, Mandela effect type thing that's really bothering Coach. But Coach is fucking positive. In his timeline, Embiid was sponsored by Juicy Fruit. It's like the most logical sponsor ever. Now, in this timeline, it's Jolly Rancher. Which isn't, like, way off. It's, to me, I feel like it could have been both. But, like, at the very least, he was supposed to do something with Juicy Fruit and didn't. There's no way in hell that just came up in my fucking brain. Like, Juicy Fruit is way too random. And, like, I remember specifically reading an article, right? So I think Juicy Fruit might have made him an offer, but he went with Jolly Rancher, and now you can't, like, find anything about the Juicy Fruit stuff, right? But that's Coach's weird, like, just have faith that his brain's not completely trash, right? I'm thinking there's a Juicy Fruit connection there. So Robert Traylor, we got Detroit, we like that. So February 1, died May 11, 2011, died on 11/11, born on a 1. That's pretty interesting, right? You really think I'm going to let you back out after you just pulled that shit? Leave me alone. So let's see. Deshaun, it's like Deshaun Jackson, who's playing Jerry Jeudy. Deshaun Watson, who's playing Bill Cosby on the Browns. Let's see. Okay, so he's with Michigan. They're super good right now. The rest of the teams didn't do much for me. I mean, the Hornets give us a 6-7 thing. Let's see. Maurice Taylor, right? Traylor was teammates with Taylor, of course. And Cleves, who went to Michigan State, it makes me think like Cleveland, who of course would be rivals with Michigan. Chris Webber, you know, that's an Iverson teammate and a Michigan guy. Michigan's on the short list for sure. So his last game was on April 26th. That could be a 26 for this year. Like, he's like way dead, I think. Almost positive. Yeah, so, yeah, that's right. We already talked about that. So, he died in Puerto Rico, of course. Bad Bunny just hosted the Super Bowl. So, back to Trailer. She was in Monk, right? That made Coach think of Todd Monken. So, it's like Adrian Monk. That's like Adrian Hutch. Or, no, I'm sorry, it's Aiden. Oh, Adrian, like, yo, Adrian, right? We got the Sixers winning. We just had the Eagles win. Right, so that tracks. Tony Shalhoub, we got here from Tony, so that's perfect, right? Tina playing Tony Whitney. And George T. Miller, so don't forget there's a Miller there too. So there was a Hopkins, I don't know where, but there was a Hopkins in one of these, so I was like, oh, that's like DeAndre Hopkins, right? Well, what do you know? 92, that's a flip also. DeAndre, that's Andre, right? So I was like, okay, that's got to be something. So 92, that's a flip of this year. He could definitely end up on like the Brownies or something. Did I like skip backwards or something? Oh, that's right. I took those screenshots out of order. So we're done. Coach has it down to 2 drivers he likes, both Ford, right? Todd Jeremy Gilliland. This dude's a super long shot. He's never even won a race, right? But he does drive the dark horse, so you would think there could be, some sort of fun they're having there. He's about to turn 26, right, which would be good in the year 2026. He's from Cheryl's Ford, so we like that a lot. We want to check that out. We'll circle back there in a second. But just show you, so he has no wins in the Cup Series. So he drove the Barbie Corvette, Barbie and Kenneth Walker just won the Super Bowl. I think I forgot to show you this slide, but Ralphie May, the comedian, I was looking into him because of the Drake May stuff, of course. So I was like, Ralphie May, what did he do? And the very last thing on his wiki is that he saved someone from a child from choking in Washington, right? So what do you know? It looks like that's how they tied it in there. Yeah, I think that's why it was a Barbie thing there. Let's keep moving. Sign with Kyle Busch. We like that because we wanted a reason, because we like Busch this year, but it's he doesn't drive a Ford. So Cheryl's Ford, Lake Norman. Interesting, right? So, of course, Oklahoma City Thunder won. Norm from Cheers died. So Neil Turner and Miles Alexander, right? So we got Myles Garrett, all the Alexander stuff, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Alexander Hurts, Sean Alexander's team, and then Turner, right? That's like Miles Turner. Pacers were just in the championship. So looking at the movie The Mighty Ducks came out in 92, so that's a 26 flip. The reason we're hot on Anaheim is because of LaMelo Ball being from Anaheim with the 6'7" meme. And, so now we think the Angels may be good for it. The Ducks still aren't officially eliminated. I think they make more sense in 26 to 27 because they won in 06 to 07, right? And we've kind of seen that thing happen a lot. Like, the Eagles won in 04 to 05, won in 24 to 25. Lose. And then Seahawks lose right after and then win this year, right? 2005, 2006, they lose. They win in 25 to 26. Right, it's like they flip it. So to me, that means the Ducks would be good for a loss next year. I think they would do it the opposite way. So they probably lose to somebody. Maybe the Blackhawks, right? Because no, they're in the same thing. Damn, I don't know. So we'll have to think more about that. The Blackhawks make a lot of sense to pop up one of the next, like those are honestly my top two teams to come out the next 2 years from that conference, but they're both long shots. So it's like the Blackhawks are like on the brink of elimination. But I would go Blackhawks this year and then Ducks next year. But of course, it could be the opposite. Sorry, my dogs are bothering me to come in. Okay, so San Diego Gulls, right? We got the San Diego Clippers making it to the finals and losing. They're founded in 93. We would have preferred 92. But the movie's 92. So, I mean, what are you going to do? It can't all happen immediately, right? So, Joel, we like that for Joel Embiid. We got him winning the finals. Tony Tavares, right? So, Tony got us here. Alexi, that's close to an Alexander. Troy Loney, right next to, Tony. That makes me think Andrew Tony. Arrowhead Pond, of course, Chiefs just did their thing. Lost last year. So it's interesting. They went with a completely new look going into the season. They won the Stanley Cup, so that's something to look out for. Drastic change in appearance. If they're walking with the new swagger. Coach can't believe, I'm skipping ahead, but Coach can't believe when we looked up Mike McDonald for the Seahawks, it didn't register with Coach, so we got Cristiano Ronaldo winning the World Cup, so that's a Ronald McDonald joke, right? And also, why wouldn't Ronald win it when Donald is in office? So for the World Cup and then for the Super Bowl, now Darnold gets to go visit Donald in the White House, right? So that's all perfect. Coach says, well done, good job. Everybody's talking about the script writers blew it. Coach says he did an excellent job. Coach blew it. It wasn't them, right? Coach will tell you if it was shit. It wasn't shit. Coach just blew it. Coach played like shit. So it is what it is. Now, let's see. Gulf Storm. Wait, what? Gulf Storm in 91, and then we got like the Desert Storm, like the Gulf War shit happening right after that. What are the fucking odds, right? So then Mark Crawford, that's like Terrence Crawford. Let's see. Don Maloney, we like that a lot. Blaine Lacker, that's like our Ryan Blaney, Ford driver. Donald Michael Maloney. So we got a Donald. All right, so he's 67 years old. And so he might go down. President with the Calgary Flames. That's one of the teams that Johnny Hawk. Oh, shit, Johnny. If it is the Angels, we should be paying more attention to Johnny Gaudreau's teams like Calgary and Blue Jackets. I know the Blue Jackets aren't eliminated yet, so Coach might be dropping the ball here. I kind of just thought the Eagles was good for it, right? Because that was like the team they liked, but now I'm thinking, and he played for the BC Eagles. But, wouldn't be crazy to see either one of those teams. I think it's interesting. It says that they're talking about Gillies, right? So you got Clark Gillies right next to, what was the other one? Blaine, right? So it's like Ryan Blaney and that Todd Gilliland guy who are teammates for Ford. Isn't that weird? Right, so Gilly said if you're built like a freight train, you can't drive around like a Volkswagen, right? You got to drive like a Ford. Right, so here's Blaney. Michael, right? We just got here from Michael Maloney. Right, Todd Gilliland. A lot of numbers like about him. Let's see. Did I miss anything else there? So Disney was like planning to carry Angels baseball games, but didn't. Let's skip that. Oh, yeah, so Trevor pointed out that a lot of the stuff I was, like, hot on, it was, like, all port cities. Well, isn't it interesting for the Super Bowl halftime show, we just had Puerto Rico, and Coach has Portugal winning the World Cup. Isn't that nice? And, I already told you Ronald McDonald, Cristiano Ronaldo, but let's look at Cristiano Ronaldo, and it's like he's got a kid named Angel, right? Of course, we like that for Anaheim Angels. Here's Ronaldo, the Brazilian footballer who he admired, scored 62 goals. We think they're going to beat Brazil on the way to beating Argentina. Now, Ronaldo was born in 76. We like that. Let's see. And then looking at Ronaldinho, his numbers weren't that great, so I was kind of like, what the hell? But place of birth, Porto Alegre. So coach thinks that's interesting, and then it gives us Diego Maradona. We got the San Diego Clippers, right? It is interesting, Clippers, like if there's you want a big clue, they're going to do it. Well, it's like, well, they're not in cursed San Diego. Like obviously they weren't going to do shit there. It's very interesting. He got identified as a rising star in the World Championships in Egypt. So, we're hot on Egypt. We think they're going to do well in the World Cup this year. And let's see. Born 2/5/2005. Seven digits. Only 3 unique numbers. 2 zeros and 5s. So thinking like Eric Andre, because of course he's going to pop up when you think of like Andre the Seal. We've talked about him a lot on this channel too. And, Coach, so I can't remember how I proved it was Eric Allen, but I'm like positive it is. So Eric Allen, Eagles player, you know what I mean? So he just won the Super Bowl last year. Eric Andre Rison, former Brown, right? But more importantly, Dirty Andre Waters, born in 62, flip of 26. He's got the concussion stuff. He's in the movie with Will Smith. University of Pittsburgh. We got Pitt doing well in football next year. Coach thinks they're going to beat Alabama in the championship or something along those lines. All right, I guess we'll leave it there. Coach, appreciate you.